Hello, my name is McPeake. I'm the general manager here at 7Hills Company, and today I'm just going to be going through our 2022 promotional strategy. We have 4 key things that we're going to be talking about today. The first one is awareness, the second is interest, the third is demand, and the fourth is action. And I just want to ask that if you have any questions, please wait till after the video has concluded to ask those questions. We will be sure to answer those. And if we can't, we'll be sure to make sure that we get back to you on a later time after this meeting and get those questions answered for you. So moving on into awareness, we have a quote here by Antonio Portia, and it says, "We become aware of the void as we fill it." And what this means is that sometimes we don't always realize the disconnect that exists until it's right in front of us. And I believe it's our job as a company to realize that disconnect before our customer does. So that way our customer doesn't come to us saying that they are missing something that we could have provided in the beginning. And we have 4 key ways that we want to promote this, and I'm just going to go through these real quick. So the first one is through referral programs. The second is through social campaigns. The third, local partnerships. And the fourth is infographics. And here we go through them real quick. Referral programs, we're talking about employees and customers inviting their friends and family. And in turn, we're going to give those customers and employees who invite their friends and family, I know that's confusing, we're going to give them a certain percentage off of merchandise that they buy in store, and certain other incentives that we will talk about later. And then this could also turn into a loyalty program that we also might talk about later here in a couple of slides. Next, we have social campaigns. This is Facebook and Instagram ads. This could be YouTube. This could also be TikTok, where we're making 10 to 15 second ad videos. Yes, I know that you just heard TikTok. And there are some employees that you have in your store right now that are making TikToks on your time. But we want to take that time lost and be able to make it benefit our company. So yes, we are asking maybe for your particular store to have a content manager or something that generates TikToks from time to time to advertise our brand. And then thirdly, we have our local partnerships. This is going to help increase our community engagement. We're talking about just partnering with local businesses, because when we partner with local businesses will support us when we need help. By doing this, it also helps our local sourcing of materials. It also helps local sourcing of different things that we need in our store and that we think can benefit our store as a whole. And then lastly, we have our infographics. Infographics are just something that tell the customer why we're the best, what makes us different, who we are as a company, and just describes our culture, because we do have an amazing culture here at 7Hills Company, and I believe that it's up to us to convey that culture to our customers and potential customers. Secondly, we're talking about interest. And here you'll see your interest generates their interest. And what we're saying here is that when we talk good about our company, then our customer sees our company as good. So what we say about our company is what our customer and future customers are going to see about our company. And we have 3 key ways that we're going to do this. The first is through customer-generated content. And what I can say about customer-generated content is that there is a very good company that does this that maybe you guys would like to go see. You can see how this is done. And the company is GoPro. And what they do is they take videos that are generated by their clients and customers that use their products. They take those videos and then they use those to make advertisements that benefit their company as a whole. Give me 1 second. Secondly, we want to be constantly innovating. And by this, we want to just keep changing, keep innovating to where we are always current. We don't want to ever get behind the times. We want to make sure our culture is consistent with the culture that is being produced in popular media, socially online, and that kind of thing. We don't want to be behind. We want to be fashion forward. And then also we want to generate an exclusivity, and we will actually get into a little bit more of this here in a second. But basically, this is just making a point where we want to make sure that our products are not just something that you can get everywhere. This is something that you have to get from us. So moving on into demand, we have a little saying here that says, do more, give more, demand more. And one way that we're going to increase our demand is through education. And what we mean by education is just educating the customer on who we are, what we do, why we exist. And I talked about this in the awareness slide, but it really goes hand in hand with generating awareness. Education and awareness are kind of similar, and that's what we're going to be doing with our education, why you should come into our store, and then also why our products are the best, or even different things that we support that we find beneficial to our company as a whole and that we think are important. Next, we want to create scarcity. Give me 1 second and I'm going to go into this in just more detail. I think there is a very valuable company that does this very well, and that would be the company Zara, and I'm actually going to talk about them more in just a second. Zara is a company, they're based out of Europe, where they actually only place stores into certain demographics, certain locations, so that way that when people come to them, it's almost like a destination because they cannot get it anywhere else. And that's what we're talking about, and scarcity and exclusivity, where our products in stores are something they can only get when they come to find us. We want to make ourselves a destination. Third, we want a partnership with influencers, because influencers have this base. We have our own base, but influencers also have a base of people that they influence, obviously, because of that, they have a pool of certain ages and demographics that we may not be able to actually pull from, or that we may not actually see. So by partnering with that influencer, they can bring awareness to their crowd and bring them back to our company and help us promote. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about action. So words may inspire, but only action generates change. This is a quote by Simon Sinek. And we have 3 key points here. We're going to create urgency, introduce time-sensitive offers, and then also offer incentives. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little winded. You just have to bear with me for a second. So, by creating urgency, I'm sorry guys, you can only get this while supplies last. That's what we mean by urgency. And I said that we were going to talk about this more when we came up to Zara the first time. They also do a good job on doing this here, where they only have in their stores a certain stock of clothing or items that they have. And when that stock runs out, they no longer have it in their store, and you can no longer find it unless you just get lucky online at a retail store or something like that. And that's what we're talking about when we're talking about creating an urgency, is that when you see it, you have to buy it, or you will not be able to get it again. The next way that we're going to do this is through time-sensitive offers. This could be something like an email campaign in a sense. I know a lot of you get those, where maybe it's something like 15% off in the next 24 hours, or you have 3 days to get this certain percentage off, or things like that, where we generate an offer that's based on a certain length of time. And by doing that, it generates an interest for people to come in and buy that, because they feel like if they don't, they're not going to get a deal. And then the third way that we want to inspire action is through incentives. And we have a couple different ways that we can do this, and I'm sure there are more, but the 3 that I'm going to go through right now, we could offer free shipping. That's one thing that we're going to try and do. Then birthday gifts. When customers sign up for our loyalty program, when we get that set up, they will be able to come in and input their birthday and then get a birthday gift. I know that a lot of makeup brands do this, such as Ulta and Sephora. Whenever you input your birthday, you actually get a birthday present. I know that McDonald's does this. A lot of companies do this. Chick-fil-A, Sonic, I believe. And there's a lot of ways just to get people coming in through incentives. And then lastly, we have our loyalty program, which I just talked about. And basically this is when you spend a certain amount of money, you get a certain amount of points, and then in turn you can use those points to get certain gifts that are available. A lot of companies do this, and I think it would be very beneficial for us as well. And then just ending out. We're almost to our question and answer portion, I promise. So I know a lot of you have questions and answers, but I just want to leave you with this. Go out and be. And what we mean by this is our 2022 motto of the year. What we mean by this is we want you to be unique. We want you to be authentic, and we want you to be you. So go out and be. And if you have any questions, now is the time to ask them. And remember that if we can't answer them here, we'll be trying to answer them at a later date. So please, if you have questions, go ahead and ask them now.